So let's talk about Google Ads exact match keywords. There tends to be some confusion around how match types work. And if you get this wrong, you can end up wasting a whole lot of your budget. And most likely you don't want to do that. So typically when we're setting up a brand new Google Ads campaign and a brand new Google Ads account, we want to start with using exact match keywords until we start to get some data, like conversion data, which will then allow us to, roll into something like phrase match and give Google's AI the ability to go out there and expand the keywords that we're targeting, so long as it's continuing to get us good results in the form of leads, right? So like after we get enough leads to switch over to maximize conversions as our bid strategy, then we can start using the machine learning to expand the targeting from the keywords to something more broad like phrase match or even broad match later down the road. Now, if you're not already familiar with the match types, exact match is kind of what we think of when we think of a keyword. It's the most tightly matching type of match type. That's not confusing at all. And if you look at this example, it's going to be things that are closely related, like furniture store, home furnishing shop. I like to think of them like synonyms. They basically mean the same thing. It's just different ways of saying it. Oftentimes it'll be plural or not plural, things like that, right? So if we have a keyword in here, Phoenix Closet, if somebody does a search for Phoenix Closets, then our ads would fire. Or, I mean, that's a decent example right there, right? Or if they switch it around, so closets in Phoenix, something like that, it's going to be very closely related, very similar. But it's going to be more than just this keyword that we entered, which is kind of nice because that way we don't have to enter every single variation of a keyword that somebody might search for on Google, which would just take forever and be hard to manage all of it. Instead, we can use different match types to target groups of keywords that are similar to each other. This one we've added in custom as well as Phoenix AZ, changed a little bit. This is going to be more of a longer tail keyword, somebody who's probably more interested in what we offer. And so it's really going to only get clicks from people who are searching for more or less what we offer, which is custom closets in the Phoenix, Arizona area. And any variations of that will get clicks. However, if we want to expand further, it's like oftentimes after you've been running your ads for a while, you've dialed them in, you're scaling things up, you're like, hey, I just need more traffic now. So you can take your existing keywords, switch them over to something like phrase match, which you can actually just change it from right here. You can switch between broad, phrase, and exact. Or you can add or remove these, you can change these to parentheses, which would be phrase match. It automatically updates it here. Or broad matches just with nothing. There's an old broad match modifier which no longer exists, which is what these are. So not to confuse you, but you can just ignore these two, basically. So by switching to something more broad, like, custom closets Phoenix AZ in phrase match, if we did that, then what Google Ads is going to do is it's going to widen the reach a bit. So things like cheap furniture stores instead of just furniture stores. So for our example, it could be something like the best custom closets in Phoenix, Arizona, instead of just custom closets Phoenix, Arizona. We may not have known that that keyword even existed. So just by switching this over to phrase match, now we can start getting some of that traffic coming through. And then broad match is going to be the most broad. So home decor versus cream colored leather sectional. Those are two very different things. So one of these people might be looking to buy, one of these people might be looking for inspiration. It might be two completely different buyer behavior scenarios. Could be quite different. So broad match is like just almost like a Hail Mary where you're just casting a huge wide net seeing what all comes through. From there, as you're targeting these different match types of keywords, you're going to start to get a bunch of clicks coming through. Then if you head over to Insights and Reports and open up the search terms right here, then we're going to be able to see not just the keywords that we're getting clicks on, but the actual terms that people search on Google when they click our ads. These are what we call search terms, right? And you'll notice that there's a keyword column here, as well as the search term column. So this is now a broad match keyword, Phoenix closets. It used to be what would be more like a phrase match keyword. So we can just imagine that this is a phrase match keyword. It was getting clicks for California Closets Phoenix. This is a company. California Closets is the name of a company. It's a competitor. Typically with lead generation ads, advertising over your competitor is going to get you low quality results. Sometimes it might be people trying to call the competitor because they're angry about some situation with that other company, right? And then you pay to get that click. You answer that phone call and waste your time dealing with a complaint that another company needs to be dealing with, right? So that's why what we did is we went through and added this as a negative keyword. So if you click add as negative keyword, I like to do it at the campaign level. Click save. Of course, we've already done this, so it's not really going to do anything. But that will actually prevent our ads from showing up when people search for this keyword specifically. Now, we do have to add it in as an exact match negative keyword for that to be the case. We could do it as phrase match if we want, like anything related to California Closets. I would probably remove Phoenix if I was going to do this. But anything related to California Closets, don't show our ads across the entire campaign. Or we could just do it for the ad group, or there's something called negative keyword lists, which we won't really get into in this video. But we could save this, and it would prevent our ads from showing up anytime somebody searches for something relating to California Closets, right? Custom closet doors, here's another example of something we probably don't want. Here's an example of something we would want, and so we can leave these ones active and add these as negative keywords, which will eliminate this budget that's being spent on these keywords that's not resulting in promising results, right? Like, you don't want to waste $600 or $700 on a keyword from a competitor, $500 on a keyword from a competitor that's not even driving sales. Now, it's different in every industry. Sometimes when somebody searches for a competitor, they're fine with switching over and using yours. That's going to be more like commoditized services where people don't necessarily care who they're calling. They just want it done. And I don't know, like there's a lot of different examples of commoditized businesses. You can just go do a Google search and see what I'm talking about. But either way, I hope you did find this video helpful. If there is anything that you did have questions about in terms of exact match keywords or keyword match types in general, how to use them, what to start with, anything like that, don't hesitate to reach out and just drop your questions in the comments section down below, and I'll be sure to get back to them there.
Look, if you're the type of person that just doesn't even want to deal with Google Ads anymore, then you can always reach out to me. My company is Missoula SEO Geek. I'll leave a link to my website down below, but we do manage Google Ads for different companies and different industries, and you can come learn about what we do, what makes us unique. You can even read some of the testimonials from some businesses that we've taken from 0 to over $1 million in revenue, like this one here, and really just see that, you know, this is the type of thing that's going to explode your business growth. So feel free to reach out. You can always give us a call or contact us through our website, and look forward to working with you.